Hi everyone, I'm Maxim, and in this video I will show you how to execute your Python scripts with Noto. Noto is a service of EPFL which allows you to execute Python scripts without the necessity of installing Python on your own computer. Instead, you just use a browser and everything else is executed on servers of EPFL. In order to access Noto, I would like to ask you to follow the link I sent you in my first email and to log in with Switch AAI by selecting your university, which is the University of Basel, and logging in with the Switch Edu ID. So notice this is not your Unibus credentials you put in here, but the Switch Edu ID. The university switched to this new system a few months ago. If you don't have a Switch Edu ID, you need to set one up, but this should be fairly easy. So with this new account, you put down your email and the corresponding password and log in. And now Noto sets up a working space for you, which also queries the course material I uploaded to my GitHub repository. So in my first email, I also shared the link to my GitHub repository where you can find all of the course material and also download it from here. And Noto directly loads all the notebooks I shared in the GitHub repository to this workspace. So here on the left, you see the notebook directory. You can go back and see what I have uploaded to GitHub here. And now you can inspect the first notebook, which introduces JupyterLab a little bit to you and gives you some information on how to work with it. So I would like to ask you to go through this first notebook, which will allow you to get an understanding how to add nodes and how to execute cells in this notebook. In order to make sure that everything works, you can execute these two cells with the final test. So in the first cell, you just output a vector. So this worked. And then in the second cell, you see the different libraries we will use within this course. And you can check whether you can load all of them. And as you can see, it all works. So now you're all set up for working with Noto in our course. And I would like to ask you, as preparation for next Thursday, that you go through this first real notebook, which introduces variables and mathematical operations in Python. And especially, I would like to ask you to try to solve the first few exercises, which should be fairly easy. We will discuss these exercises in the first class on Thursday next week. And if you have questions, of course, you can ask your questions about the first notebook and the first exercise or in the first class. Thank you very much and see you next week.